powerful dust storm and heavy rainfall recently swept across Delhi and the National Capital Region, NCR, causing dramatic disruptions. With wind speeds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, the severe weather uprooted trees, damaged power lines, and caused significant traffic chaos, while also bringing a sharp drop in temperature. In a dramatic twist of fate, the sweltering and unforgiving summer heatwave that had gripped the National Capital Region was abruptly interrupted by a violent and spectacular series of dust storms and torrential pre-monsoon showers. The sudden change in weather, characterized by fierce gusty winds, lightning, and localized hail, swept through Delhi, Noida, Gurugram, and neighboring areas, turning the bustling metropolis into a scene of both chaos and relief. According to the India Meteorological Department, IMD, this sudden meteorological upheaval was triggered by the confluence of multiple active weather systems. A lingering western disturbance over the northern mountains interacted with a cyclonic circulation over central Pakistan, creating a deep atmospheric instability. Moist, moisture-laden winds originating from the Arabian Sea were funneled into the northwestern plains, triggering massive convective cloud formations. These cumulonimbus clouds are typically responsible for severe weather events, such as thunderstorms, lightning, and intense wind gusts. As these storm clouds developed, they generated powerful downdrafts that pushed cold air to the surface, resulting in the sudden and ferocious winds that caught residents off guard. The rapid atmospheric shift resulted in a sudden drop in the city's mercury, with temperatures plummeting by nearly 10 to 19 degrees Celsius in a matter of minutes across various monitoring stations. For the millions of citizens who had been enduring temperatures hovering around the 40-degree C mark, the stormy downpour brought an exhilarating, albeit chaotic, respite. The intense heat wave had severely strained civic amenities, and the surprise deluge cooled the simmering streets of the capital. However, the intensity of the storm brought significant logistical nightmares and property damage in its wake. The ferocious winds, which clocked speeds of up to 93 kilometers per hour in parts of the neighboring Gautam Buddh Nagar district, proved devastating for the city's green cover and civic infrastructure. Dozens of large, centuries-old trees were uprooted across Delhi, blocking major thoroughfares and crushing parked vehicles beneath their weight. In areas like South Delhi and Noida, the gale-force winds brought down power cables, plunging several residential sectors into hours-long blackouts. Weak scaffolding and temporary structures in under-construction zones were blown away, prompting authorities to launch emergency clearing operations. When the dusty winds subsided, the skies opened up, dumping intense sheets of rain on the capital. While the rain was desperately needed, the city's drainage infrastructure once again proved inadequate. Major arterial roads, underpasses, and low-lying residential pockets experienced severe waterlogging within a span of less than an hour. Traffic came to a grinding halt on key stretches, including the Ring Road, Mathura Road, and the DND Flyway. Commuters were left stranded in massive snarls, with vehicles inching through waterlogged lanes. The lack of proper drainage systems and poor visibility during the peak of the dust storm exacerbated the commuter woes. Beyond the urban landscape, the sudden high-velocity winds and hail activity impacted the agricultural belt surrounding the National Capital Region. Standing crops, particularly vegetables and summer yields in the outskirts of Delhi and neighboring Haryana, suffered physical damage due to heavy hailstones. Local agricultural economists noted that while this pre-monsoon shower was largely beneficial for the upcoming sowing season, the localized hailstorms dealt a harsh blow to immediate agricultural output. The India Meteorological Department, IMD, issued a series of yellow and orange alerts, warning residents of the impending extreme weather and advising them to exercise caution. The meteorological agency strongly urged residents to remain indoors during the peak of the thunderstorms, avoid seeking shelter under large trees or weak structures, and unplug sensitive electrical appliances to prevent damage from lightning strikes. Civic bodies and municipal corporations, including the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, MCD, and Public Works Department, PWD, were placed on high alert. Disaster management teams and quick response squads were deployed across the city with mechanical cutters and heavy-duty water pumps to swiftly clear uprooted trees and drain flooded underpasses. Traffic police personnel were also dispatched in heavy numbers to manually regulate traffic and divert vehicles from heavily waterlogged zones, attempting to restore normalcy to the sprawling metropolis. Interestingly, as this violent storm battered the northern plains, the southwest monsoon officially made landfall in the southern state of Kerala. While the storms bring temporary comfort from the brutal summer, climate experts warn that these transient pre-monsoon episodes are becoming increasingly erratic and intense. Extreme weather events such as sudden violent dust storms, locally termed Andi in the region, are heavily tied to rising global temperatures and shifting atmospheric circulation patterns. The combination of heat waves followed by sudden convective thunderstorms highlights the vulnerability of highly urbanized areas like Delhi to rapid climate fluctuations. A 45-year-old construction worker died after bricks dislodged by a dust storm fell on his head at a residential project in Greater Noida on Thursday afternoon. The incident occurred around 3 p.m. at Hemisphere Society near Delta 1. Ranjit Mandal, a resident of Hasan Ganj in Bihar's Munger district, was working on the third floor alongside his son when strong winds caused a section of bricks from a wall under construction on the floor above to break loose and strike him on the head. Other workers rushed Mandal to a nearby private hospital, where he died during treatment. Surajpur Sacho Vinod Kumar said preliminary investigations indicated the death was accidental. Further action will be taken after the autopsy report is received. No written complaint has been submitted by the family so far, he said. Other workers questioned the safety standards being followed at the project site. Residents of Sector 41 said they faced power outages lasting up to 12 hours after a thunderstorm swept across Noida and Greater Noida on Thursday afternoon, uprooting trees and damaging power infrastructure. While electricity supply was restored in most parts of the sector by late Thursday night, some pockets, including parts of H Block, continued to face disruptions till Friday evening, claimed residents. However, Uttar Pradesh Power Corporation Limited, UPPCL, officials said the power supply was restored by Thursday night and that the disruption was limited to a few blocks rather than the entire sector. According to UPPCL officials, trees uprooted in the storm collapsed on 2 transformers in the sector, disrupting power supply in several blocks from around 3:30 p.m. until late in the evening. Sector 41 is home to around 8,000 residents across 10 residential blocks and nearly 1,800 flats. Locals claimed that the outage affected thousands of residents. The thunderstorm on Thursday afternoon caused trees to collapse on the power lines, leading to a power disruption around 3:30 p.m. We had no electricity the entire night. We had a tough time. We were without power for nearly 10 to 12 hours, claimed Vijay Singh, a resident of Sector 41. Residents also alleged inadequate maintenance and a delayed response from authorities. Yesterday was a really difficult day for us. We scrambled to get in touch with power department officials to restore electricity, but they said they lacked manpower at the time. Finally, they arrived around 9:30 p.m., claimed Shivam Pathak, another resident. According to residents, they spent hours contacting both the horticulture department and the UPPCL as fallen trees blocked restoration work. Officials from the horticulture department said teams worked through the night and into Friday morning to remove the uprooted trees. About 11 large trees fell on power lines, and it took time to restore the system. Power supply in some blocks resumed late, but everything is functioning normally now, said Sanjay Jain, chief engineer, UPPCL. Meanwhile, a powerful Kalbaisaki storm, nor'wester, lashed several parts of Odisha, including the capital city, Bhubaneswar, on Saturday afternoon. The storm brought torrential rain, lightning, and high-velocity gusty winds reaching up to 50 kilometers per hour, disrupting normal life, but providing a sudden and dramatic respite from days of scorching, oppressive summer heatwave conditions. As dark clouds rolled into the skies over the twin cities of Bhubaneswar and Cuttack during the afternoon hours, Visibility dropped sharply, forcing vehicles to turn on their headlights. Within minutes, severe gusty winds swept through the urban landscapes, resulting in wide-scale localized damage. The strong winds wreaked severe havoc at the Janata Maidan commercial grounds. Massive tents, metallic display stands, and temporary pavilions set up for the ongoing international trade fair were ripped apart and scattered across the venue. Dozens of mature trees and massive branches were uprooted across key intersections, falling directly onto parked sedans and SUVs. In several exposed areas, parked two-wheelers were swept off their stands by the sheer force of the wind. Commuters faced extensive delays as broken billboards, foliage, and structural debris littered main transit corridors. Heavy traffic blockages were recorded at major points, where traffic police officers had to actively direct vehicles amidst flying debris and low visibility. While urban residents largely welcomed the drop in temperatures, the storm proved fatal in the interior pockets of the state. In the Patnagar region of the Bolangir district, a tragic incident occurred when a massive uprooted tree collapsed directly onto a moving motorcycle. One individual died instantly on the spot, while two other pillion riders sustained critical orthopedic and head injuries. They were rushed by emergency personnel to the nearest district headquarters hospital for trauma stabilization. The high-velocity winds caused extensive grid disruptions. Falling branches snapped low-tension overhead wires and damaged transformers, instantly plunging multiple neighborhoods across Bhubaneswar into complete darkness. Teams from the Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation, BMC, alongside the state's fire services and disaster mitigation wings, were quickly mobilized. Equipped with mechanized tree cutters and heavy earth movers, emergency crews worked through the evening to clear debris from arterial routes and assist power utility personnel in restoring the electrical grid. The India Meteorological Department, IMD, has officially issued an isolated heavy rainfall and thunderstorm alert, yellow warning, for several districts across northern, coastal, and interior Odisha. Districts on high alert: Mayurbhanj, Sundargarh, Sambalpur, Keonjhar, Cuttack, Jajpur, and Khurda. Extreme lightning strikes, isolated hailstorms, and localized gusty winds ranging between 50 to 70 kilometers per hour over the next 48 hours. Official. The Weather Bureau has strongly advised citizens to remain indoors during periods of active thunder, avoid taking shelter under tall structures or trees, and keep a close eye on real-time radar updates.